Hey guys, what's up? This is your girl Kundai Karen Mangena, and I'm back again with another video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also, leave a comment down below if you enjoy watching my videos. So in today's tutorial, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to draft the pattern for this dress, for the top part of this dress, which is a design I'm going to be incorporating into a traditional wedding dress that I'm designing and working on. So I'm going to take you guys on the process. So what I'm doing right now is to get my basic block right, which I'm going to be laying down on a paper pattern, a paper pattern paper. Sorry, I'm going to be laying down onto my pattern paper and just tracing it out. So I already did a tutorial on how to draft the basic borders, so I'll link it down below. So now I'm going to just go over to my shoulder line and just draw a line extending the shoulder line. So I'm just going to be extending it onto my pattern paper, and from that line I'm going to measure 2 inches. So I'm going to create a dot on that 2 inches mark, and afterwards I'm going to draw a line diagonal to that 2 inches line, and I'm going to measure 3 inches. So this 3 inches is by choice. You can either choose to increase or decrease. I chose to work with 3 inches. So here I'm going to measure 2.5 inches from the center front line, and then from that mark that I did, I'm going to measure the 3 inches. So this is an allowance for the top to overlap. So now I'm going to go ahead and just trace out to join those 2 points together and create a curve. So here I'm just basically creating the curve with my free hand. Then once I get it, I can always incorporate the curved ruler. So now that I've gotten the type of curve that I think I like, so I'm just going to go ahead and just try to curve it and make sure that it's neatened. So I'm just going to do that to the other side as well, just to get that line that's properly curved. So now that I'm done with this pattern, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. So please do pay attention to how I'm cutting it out. I'm not cutting all of it out. So I'm just going to cut out that joined with that other bottom part of the pattern. So this is how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and get another pattern paper, right, and place this pattern onto my pattern paper and just fold the sleeve. So I'm just going to fold part of the sleeve just that I don't have to cut it and I don't have to go the whole long way, you know. So I'm just going to fold it there. So I'm just trying to get it into position. So I'm going to go ahead to just cut out the bodice block. For this pattern. So once I reach the top, I'm going ahead to unfold it, remove the folded part, and then cut out that top part. And this just gives me another pattern, which is the front piece that I'm going to be using. So once that's done, that's my front. I'm just going to mark it out to say that's my front. So I'm just going to tape that there, and now that I'm done, I'm going to cut out that piece, which is what's going to be overlapping on my front. So that's how it looks. So it's what I'm going to place on my front, and it's going to be joined to create a sleeve and a nice. So that's the piece, that's the pattern that was there in originally, the basic block. So I'm just going to tape it down there, just that I don't have to trace out my measurements. You know, I don't have to trace out those dot markings and all sorts of stuff. So I just have it there. You can trace them out if you want. I just decided to just stick it there. So now that I'm done, I'm just going to trim just a little bit, just to create room for allowance onto the armhole. So I'm just going to just get it to go a little bit deeper. So now I'm going to be working on the back part of this dress. So this is the back bodice, right? The back bodice pattern that I'm going to be using. So what I'm going to do to this back bodice is I'm going to roll it out from the shoulder line, and then measure 2 inches again. Then after measuring 2 inches, I'm going to draw another line that is diagonal. So here I'm just going to stick it down because I realized that I didn't tape it down, so it was moving a bit. So I'm just taping it down with some sellotape just to get it into position.
Can we all sing that together again? In the face of pressure, in the face of trying to be like, in the face of trying to impress, all you really want is to make Jesus proud.
So once that's done, I'm going to draw that line that was perpendicular, the diagonal line from the 2 inches.
So if everyone in this room will make this their prayer,
and then I'm going to measure 3 inches again.
by the way, it's not by might, it's by the Spirit of the living God. And if this is what you want, that you will make him proud of your actions, lift both hands to him. Make him proud.
So I'm going to measure 3 inches again, then I'm going to create a circular. I'm just going to curve it into the back, into the center back.
And I will give up anything if it will make you. He will give you the grace. One more time, say, make him proud. This is all you want, oh.
So I'm just creating the curve for the center back. So now I'm going ahead to cut out the back pattern. So do pay attention to how I'm cutting it out. So instead of removing the whole thing, what I'm going to do is just to mark out how it's going and just trace out the flap for the back onto that pattern paper, sorry. So I'm just going to trace it out just that I don't have to cut. So now I'm going to extend that flap by 1 inch. That's the zip allowance that I'm creating. That's going to be an extension by 1 inch. So when you're doing your back pattern, you're always supposed to leave the extension for the zip. So I've cut out all the patterns. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how this pattern sit. So please do pay attention to this part, and this is how I'm going to be joining it. So that's the front and that's the back part. So I'm just going to tape it together with some sellotape and then cut it all at once as a combined strip. So I'm just taping it together. So this is how it's going to be looking. So that's how it's going to be looking. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you guys for watching till the end.